Hope you're all doing good. In this video, let's focus on the following topics, starting with LX precipitation test. As you can see, LX precipitation test in gel is a special test used for demonstrating the toxigenicity of Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Right? So as you can see, there is a test strip of filter paper containing diphtheria antitoxin, which is placed in the center of agar plate. So strains to be tested, that is, patients isolate, as well as known positive and negative toxigenic strains, are also streaked on agar surface in a line across the plate and at a right angle to antitoxin paper strip as evident in the image. Right? Now let's move on to the next question. Undisplaced flap. So one of you are telling like there is a question pertaining to incision. So as you can see, we have different locations of internal bevel incisions for different types of flaps, which include modified Widman, undisplaced and apically displaced flap, and here is some literature pertaining to the same. Right? Now let's move on to the next topic, tunnel tooth preparation. So what is this tunnel tooth preparation? So as you can find in the image, you in fact can see a tunnel extending from the occlusal surface to the proximal surface. So in an effort to be conservative in the removal of tooth structure, some investigators advocate a tunnel tooth preparation for amalgam, composite resin as well as glass ionomer. And here is some additional literature pertaining to the same. Now let's move on to the next question, Herbst appliance. So as you can see, this is a Herbst appliance which is developed in early 1900s and reintroduced way back in 1970s. The maxillary and mandibular arches are splintered with frameworks that usually are cemented or bonded but can be removable and are connected with pin and tube device that holds the mandible forward. So also remember, the Herbst appliance is the only fixed functional appliance. Right? Now let's move on to the next question, reverse town projection, which we discussed just before exam in one of the revision classes where I've shown you different extraoral projections. Right? So extraoral radiographic projections, you can see lateral ceph, submental vertex view, Waters view, PSF and reverse town. So in case of reverse town, you can see the patient's placement, the central beam orientation and also patient placement, illustration representing patient placement, skull view and the resultant image. So the resultant image, this is very important. The mid-sagittal plane, which is represented by an imaginary line extending from the midline of foramen magnum and the posterior arch of the atlas through middle of the bridge of the nose and nasal septum, should divide the skull image in two symmetric halves. The petrous ridge of temporal bone should be superimposed at the inferior part of the occipital bone and the condylar head should be projected inferior to the articular eminence. Consider this very important. Right? Now let's move on to the next question, ultrasonic devices. So as you know, we have different types of ultrasonic devices which we come across in perio. So magnetostrictive ultrasonic devices and piezoelectric ultrasonic units, and here is some additional information pertaining to the same. So let me know what the question is in specific. If any additional information is needed, I'll upload that accordingly in the description part of the video. Right? Moving on to the next question, developmental stages of tooth. So again, I'm not sure what the question is, but here is some literature pertaining to the same. Right? So as you can see the image, different stages of tooth development. So all the tooth development is a continuous process. The developmental history of a tooth is divided into several morphologic stages for descriptive purposes. While the size and shape of the individual teeth are different, they pass through similar stages of development. They are named after the shape of enamel organ, that is the epithelial part of the tooth germ, and are called bud, cap and bell stages. Again, let me know the question in specific. So depending upon the requirement, I'll update additional information in the description part of the video. Moving on to cantilever bridge. So what is cantilever bridge? So as you can see, cantilever is nothing but where you have support only on one side. So cantilever means a long projecting beam or a girder fixed at only one end, used in bridge construction usually. So cantilever bridges in dentistry, they are dental bridges that are designed when abutment teeth are prepared only on one side of the missing tooth, and as we discussed, it's a conservative method. So this image represents cantilever bridge of anterior teeth. Right? Now let's move on to the next question, maxillary obturative processes. We have a classification given by Armani. So we have 6 classes right? Coming to class 1 category, the class 1 category represents the classic maxillary resection defect where the hard palate, alar ridge and dentition are removed to the midline. This unilateral defect is one of the most commonly seen in maxillofacial rehabilitative practice. Armani made several recommendations regarding the framework design for this class, proposing a linear design if the remaining anterior teeth were not to be used for support or retention, and a tripodal design if the anterior teeth are used, right? So you can go through additional classifications, details, including images in the link which I'll be sharing in the description part of the video. Now moving on to the final topic, natal teeth. So again we discussed the same just before the exam in one of the revision classes. So we have natal teeth and neonatal teeth. So let's review some literature from McDonald. So the prevalence of natal teeth present at birth, and neonatal teeth that erupt during the first 30 days is low. So they are given several studies, right? According to one of the references mentioned in McDonald, Zhu and King conducted an extensive review of literature of reported cases of natal and neonatal teeth. They found that about 85% of natal or neonatal teeth are mandibular primary incisors and only small percentages are supernumerary teeth, the same which we discussed in one of the revision classes as I mentioned prior, right? So these are some of the topics which I wanted to highlight in this specific video. Feel free to share your comments, and also if you need any additional information, do let me know in the comment section. We'll update additional information either in the description part of the video or in the subsequent videos of paper discussion, right? I hope it's clear. Wish you all the best. Love you all.